Stuart, I have a question. This is Jan.
Sure.
Is there a purpose for the emotions of anger, sadness, fear? Um, is there is there a purpose of going into those, or is our goal in this practice always to just go through it as quickly as possible and go back to the navel chakra?
Yeah. You asked me a question and answered it.
Oh, okay.
What is your question? I mean, is there a purpose to anger?
Yeah,
No, other than
okay.
to create a lot of drama and tension in one's life, other than insecurity and the inability to deal with problems as they manifest every day. I mean, that's what anger is all about. And yet it occurs in each and every human being. And my only answer to that is you have to learn to use it to grow. Anger is a very powerful energy. If you draw anger, for the 400 millionth time, to the chakra below the navel, it will open that chakra and develop chi, become chi. And instead of something that you're spitting out at the world and getting into fights and arguments with other people, it's something that will build you, and you learn how to master your anger. You learn exactly what to do with it when it comes up. I mean, I don't know if there's a purpose to anger other than creating a lot of drama and creating a lot of tension in yourself and with other people. But used consciously, it becomes an incredible tool that can develop the one thing a human being needs in themselves, or at the core of your being. And if you draw anger into the core of your being, it will transform itself into chi. And then you learn how to master anger, and it happens less and less. You learn how to deal with difficult situations without allowing them to make you angry. You learn how to deal with difficult people without allowing them to make you angry. And all the energy that one saves, it's amazing, Your whole spiritual life can be spewed out at somebody who does something you don't like. And by the time you're finished screaming at them, you're drained. You're drained of your inner life. You have to start rebuilding it again. Now, is it what I'm talking about easy to do? No. It takes incredible discipline, trick, and it takes doing it over and over and over again, so that eventually you master that energy of anger. When it comes up, it knows exactly where to go, and that's into the chakra right below the navel. It's like training, Pavlovian dog, I mean, it really is. We have to train ourselves.
Hmm.
Otherwise, we wind up spewing out our entire spiritual life because somebody did something stupid we didn't like, you know? And the trouble with that is everybody all the time is doing stupid stuff. You don't need to go very far and wide to be angry at somebody. People, are very unconscious. And because one meditates, one should be more conscious and know how to interact with people when they, do things to annoy us.
Thank you, Stuart. That's really helpful.
You're welcome, Jan. And the whole thing is that there's no real negative energy. I mean, anger could be a negative energy, but if you use it consciously, it's an energy that can build your inner life. Opinions we have of other people and life and this and that, all of it can be very negative. But if we internalize it and bring it into the core, it gives us life because it's just energy and it depends upon how you use it. I speak a lot about, we're not going to be able to fix the external world. I mean, look, in my lifetime, it's gotten more insane, every year. But we can fix our inner selves. We can't allow our inner selves to get strong enough to where the external madness doesn't bother us anymore. We accept it as God's world, and this is what we're given to learn to work to build a strong inner life in order to keep ourselves from being sucked into all the politics, the money, the economics, the social media, all the stuff, that is easily made one annoyed. That can easily make one annoyed. Does anyone else have a question?
Stuart, I have a question, Bob Sink.
Yes, Bob?
So whether it's my anger or somebody else's anger, the process is the same. Yes?
Yes, it's the same. If you develop a chakra system that really has that internal power, less and less people will come to you being angry. Their anger will dissolve itself when they're 2 blocks away from you. I mean, it's true. But if we have that kind of, I mean, I've told this story. I used to know a guy years ago who was a very high level martial arts black belt person, and he had lots of students and he was considered a sensei and this and that and the other. And I'm walking down the street with him and I said to him, I said, the greatest of senseis, the greatest of the martial artists, they'll never get into a fight. Their chi is so strong that people are incapable of fighting with them. You get, close to them and all the anger disappears. And this is true. I mean, it's the same thing. Rudy talked about Nityananda when he went to visit him. He had he was upset. They told him he was going to die if he didn't go to New Zealand and study. His story. Park Sabut, he was in India and he went to see Nityananda. And within 1 mile of Nityananda's ashram, all of his tension went away. All of it just disappeared. And he got a garland of flowers. He went with an open arm. And this incredible saint, Nityananda, he became Rudy's master. Became one of his root teacher, actually. But I remember him talking about it. He said, within 1 mile of all the anger disappeared. My heart opened like a great flower. I bought a garland of flowers. I went to him and, bowed, kissed his foot, and opened to receive his teachings. So it's not only one's own anger, it's other people's anger too. As I've said 128 million times, We can't change other people. We can change ourselves. And for other people to change, they have to work on themselves. If they don't work on themselves, how are they going to change? By listening to lectures and people telling them the right way to live, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But if they do inner work, whether it's this or something else or something to build a system inside themselves that gets stronger, understand, they will change. There'll be less anger. There'll be more of compassion and understanding and communication with other people. I mean, I've had people get angry at me because I was having a spiritual life. It's really true. And I arrived at a place where I just laughed. It didn't get me upset, What do you mean, God? To hear those arguments, I would tell them, look, you don't have to believe in God to do it. You can be an atheist, you can be an agnostic. Who cares? Who cares? The one thing that every human being really wants is to be a happy person. That's the ultimate goal in life. You become happy, you become enlightened. It's that simple. You've done your karma. You're finished here. If you can live here like a happy person, not like as a happy person. Does anyone else have a question? And nobody learns these things overnight. It takes time and inner work and, building a system that really is strong inside, that can deal with all of the subtleties of life and all the innuendos of life and the mysteries of life and the emotions of life, and probably more than anything else, the opinions of other people, which usually make everybody else crazy, people's opinions. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And if there are no more questions, then there'll be meditation on Sunday. Looking forward to seeing everybody. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Stuart.
Your presence in this class makes me open my heart, and I have to find very deep, deep consciousness to make room for everyone to fit. Otherwise, the class doesn't work. And I think each and every one of you is responsible for the same thing. Too easy to like and dislike. Very difficult to let life be. Just let it be. Okay, thank you. Bless you all. I look forward to seeing everybody on Sunday.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.